It's been a super busy couple of weeks. Been trying really hard to focus on writing. I'm working on 3 different stories right now. 3. I have had some of these for a long time, and I just really want to get them done. So I asked my dear friend Claire to give me a deadline so that way I'd have something to force myself to finish writing. So she gave me a deadline of September 1st, and I'm happy to report I was able to submit 3 stories to her on September 1st. So I'm pretty excited about that. One of them is the next sloppy Okapi book that I'm working on. And that one's really kicking my butt. I'm having a hard time with that. I thought I had it. I was all excited. I had the first draft, or so I thought. Then I went back and read it again, and it's just didn't stick. It just wasn't right. So went back to work some more. I sent it to a dear friend named Rachel, who has extremely valuable input, and she gave me some really good feedback and brainstormed with me, and I took a lot of her ideas to heart and went back and worked some more. So I'm still working on that right now. I really appreciate the feedback. It's helping me because I don't want the story to be bad. I don't want it to suck. So I'm working hard on trying to make it a good second book. But that's something that I kind of want to talk about today. I hear a lot of people talk about the value in writing groups, joining a writing group so you can have your work critiqued. And I'm not saying that that's not valuable. I'm sure that it's very valuable. But what I found for me personally, I'd rather send it to a select few people who I really trust to read through my work and to critique it, as opposed to sending it to sitting in a big group of people reviewing your story and listening to everybody give you feedback. I don't know. I feel like there's something to having too many hands involved in the process. I don't know. I just don't like that. I'm not saying it's not valuable. I'm just saying I don't like it. I don't even like having work critiqued, period. But I committed myself when I started writing the first sloppy Okapi book to trusting the process, and I committed myself to taking feedback and accepting it and just rolling with it. And that was the best thing that I could have done. It was hard at first, and it still is hard, but it's valuable. I found the value in getting my work critiqued, and it's provided me with the ability to push through any frustration that I might feel when somebody says that's not good enough. I'd rather get that from a few people who I really trust. To me, it's just better that way. More hands in the pot, more opinions, might lose sight of what you're trying to do and start, everybody might want their input in, and then next thing you know, you got a bunch of stuff you got to filter through. So I've been fortunate enough to find a few people who I really trust and value to send my work to, because I feel like that's really what helps me out. If you're a member of a writing group, I'm not saying don't go. By all means, go. Have it critiqued. Just make sure you find a good group of people who understand you and get what you're trying to do, instead of just changing everything. You got to hold true to your vision, but be open to suggestions. And that's what I found has really been valuable with just sending it to a couple of people, just for that really solid feedback. And it helps you feel more confident in your story before you might let other eyes look at it. So that's what I'm doing right now to try to help me make a good sloppy Okapi too. I'm also doing that with a couple other stories right now. I'll probably share the titles soon. I don't want to say them just yet because I'm still working on them. but one of them I've had for a while. I'm really excited about. I tested it on my kids the other night and read it to them, and they were cracking up. So that must be a good sign, right? So I'm going to continue working with that. Hopefully I'll have a few more solid stories here that I can start getting, an illustrator involved with, and put it in the illustration phase and start working on some more children's books, because I have a lot of ideas. I'm trying to get them all out. And right now I'm in the phase of the feedback. I need the feedback. So that's what I'm doing. And I want to encourage you to do the same. If you have a story you've been sitting on, you've been working on, send it to somebody. Find someone you trust. Reach out to people. Ask them. And don't get disheartened if they give you some negative feedback, okay? Any feedback is good. And it's one step closer to being finished, really. If you have any questions, leave some comments. I'd be happy to answer any questions that I can, or help you out, or point you in the right direction if I'm able to. And thanks for watching and for following. Check out the book if you haven't, thesloppyokapi.com. Also check it out on Amazon.
Looking for clues till it all makes sense. Left, right, up, down. So many answers to be found. Walk, run, jump, spin. A little help from all my friends.